I want to talk about the wider security problems we have here. We have problems in Somalia. The Kenya Operation Linda Inchi morphed into the AMISOM peacekeeping mission there, and the retaliatory attacks in Kenya have not stopped. So let's bring in a security analyst right now. Dennis Nthumbi is with me. We have problems here which can be directly related to what's happening in Somalia. So yes, the obvious question therefore has been, from you who watch the security in the region, should we be withdrawing out of Somalia?
No, I don't think we should be withdrawing out of Somalia. I mean, first of all, the reason why the government went to push their troops in Somalia was obviously because we had attacks. And, you know, from the kidnapping of the tourists, you know, then the military pushed into Somalia. And, you know, I think we have, the state has an obligation to secure its borders and its citizens. And also it has you know, a moral obligation to ensure that its neighbors are safe.
So we shouldn't withdraw out of Somalia?
So we shouldn't withdraw out of Somalia.
Therefore, how do we solve the problem of national security here? Homeland security as it is.
The issue of, I think homeland security, what it is that we need to do is put in more resources and look at what it is that we call concept of operations. We also need to categorize, you know, essentially in terms of, because our push into Somalia, you're looking at, you know, the fact that Al-Shabaab had about 3,000 hardcore militants and about 200 fighters. The issue is that from statistics, 700 who are killed. The issue is where the rest. The rest either pulled into Kenya or lie low in Somalia.
Yes.
So I think what the government is doing right now in terms of, you know, combing the areas that are regarded as a high threat is a key thing. But they also need to sit back and go to the drawing board and really categorize where the issue of threat and how to neutralize it, including what it is that we're calling radicalization, because the youth are Kenyans actually. So we need to see how do we deal with this from a long-term perspective.
If you were to advise the government on all the problems that we face internally, what would you tell them?
You know, you have to look at it from an analysis point. You can't just, you know, offer a blanket approach to this. And, you know, you first need to look at it from a soft issue and from a hard issue.
The bottom line here, Dennis, is that we need to make sure no Kenyans are killed, no Kenyans are afraid.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. One of the goals of terrorism is to actually to ensure that they cause, you know, instability in very many other ways, including pushing the perception of the person that Kenya is unsafe, while perhaps it's not. It's creating fear. So first of all, as Kenyans, we need to be confident, and we need to be confident in our state, because one of the things that the terrorists wants to cause economic sabotage, and also to ensure that you have no faith in the government of the day. So by the end of the day, I think we need to support the government, because if you look at it, where are these terrorists? In our houses, in our streets, and everywhere else. So we need to support the police in the operations, but also the police force needs to look at its operations from a critical point.
Finally, the government, the feeling appears to be among some people anyway, that the government has its hands so much full with terrorism and trying to make sure that we do not become an attack, that they've forgotten other aspects of security, petty crimes, muggings, and all these other things, even snatching of phones that is happening all around the country.
I think there's been an increase in terms of crime in the country, and it might be true that the government has concentrated more on terrorism, but if you look at it really, the police force is stretched. The government needs to put in more resources. They need to recruit more officers. I was happy today when I was driving in the roads and I was seeing truckloads of officers from Kiganjo being deployed.
And those who passed out 2 days ago, all of them have come into Nairobi and Mombasa.
And all those have come in, I mean, even other regions. So we are happy, and we hope that even the dynamics of operations from the police force will change, and also, you know, that the police will win the public goodwill in terms of supporting its operations and reporting these people from where they live.
Dennis, thank you so much for coming in and speaking with us.
You're welcome.